Welcome to this week's video. If you are new and have never stopped by my channel, welcome. My name is Sarah and I own LV Fine Soaps, a luxury small batch bath and body product slash candle business in Maryland. And today's video is the perfect place to start. Most of the time when you see these videos, people phrase them as like how I would start a new business in 2024 or, whatever the year happens to be. And while this is a video similar to that, I kind of wanted to not necessarily phrase it as you must watch this before you start your business in 2024, but more of advice that I would give to my younger self if I were to be able to look. I'm a huge fan of these videos. I watch as many as I see that pertain to like my business and even some outside of my realm of business, because I think that it is really invaluable to see other people's experiences and like their reflection and kind of things looking back that they wish they could have changed or hope to change for the upcoming year. So that's why I'm filming this video. Sorry, I know the background's a little much, but we're kind of in like a panic clean because I have all of my folding tables full of things for upcoming vendor markets, and I need all three of these tables for tomorrow for Thanksgiving dinner. So if you are watching this around the holiday, I really hope that you and your family enjoyed, relaxed, and found plenty to be grateful for. I know I certainly do have plenty to be grateful for myself. So anyway, let's get down to business. Here are some things that I would love to be able to tell my younger self about running my business. The first thing undoubtedly that I would say to my younger self if considering to start this business over again or refreshing, whatever the case is for you, I would definitely tell myself to start small, but envision big. It's super challenging, I feel like, to do that. I don't know, it might even be an oxymoron. I don't really know. I don't necessarily think that I wasted time, but I do think that I started very wide. So I wish I would have started small, but been able to see what the business would grow into. And obviously I'm aware that that's not always going to be the case, right? It doesn't matter what you envision. Sometimes what actually happens is completely different. But I do think that if I would have started small, I would have been able to anticipate more of what the business has turned into. So for example, I started with melt and pour soap, bath bombs, and sugar scrubs. I think, no, bath salts actually. Those bath soaks, excuse me. Those were my first three products and I loved those products. They were great for where I was at. But as time goes on, you kind of learn things. I randomly introduced candles because I wanted to make candles for myself. So I introduced candles and now candles are like one of my, if not my top seller, and I've really evolved my soap making. Everything has really evolved for me, which is natural to happen, of course, as time passes. But I really looked at my market closely in my local area, especially. I would have been able to see that candles would probably be a better investment, and buying candle making supplies would probably be a better investment, say pouring money into bath soaks, which are my least popular item. Now I want to talk about community, because when I started, and if you've watched my vlogs before, I've kind of talked about this, especially in this goal setting video. I was really scared to talk to people in my real life about my business. Obviously my husband knew and like select family and my sister and my best friend knew, but I was really afraid to talk to like the general public about it. And I don't know why, it just was like a self-conscious thing, like, well, what are they going to say? Like, are they going to make fun of me when I walk away? Are they going to think I'm weird? Or am I like the weird soap lady? So not that I think the weird soap lady exists, but you know what I mean. There's always an inner monologue going on up here. So I was really worried to talk to people in my real life about it because I didn't know how they would react when I walked away. So I do really wish that I had started with my local community or people in my real life instead of working toward finding customers online. I think that would have got me a lot further. I think I would be a lot further along in my business right now if I had done that, and it would have kind of stopped me from making some less desirable decisions in business. I had realized that bath bombs weren't really going to be a huge seller in my local market, then I wouldn't have bought the bath bomb press that I still have that I don't ever use. So just when you talk to people in your community, you can really get a feel for what they're looking for and what they would be interested in purchasing. You know, it takes a lot for people, even if they know you, to trust your product over, say, a Dove soap bar at Target or Walmart. You know what I mean? Even though we know as the maker how much better for your skin and better for your body and your home, etc., all of our products are, we care about them far more. People are, you know, they're going to be a little apprehensive about trying your product, especially when they have some that they already love. But if you involve that community from the very beginning and show them step by step, you know, you kind of have to teach them in a way. Then I think that would have set me a lot further ahead, and I would be in a much different place in my business now. All right, so I recently posted this video, 10 ingredients that you could use throughout your entire line. It's a really great beginner video. The reason I bring that up is because when you're getting started, and what I wish I could have told myself was different recipes that you might find online, whether they're free or you pay for them, different recipes are going to come along with a different comfort level. You know, when you're making, say for example, let's say for example, you're making a body butter, right? You want to have body butter in your line. Kind of all you have to do for body butter is mix a bunch of things together and call it a day. I mean, obviously it's more involved than that, but in the grand scheme, you're essentially melting and mixing things together, waiting for it to harden, and then going on about your business. But a lot of lotion recipes require 2 phases that are combined at particular temperatures, and a lot of, you know, have a lot of extra steps to them. And there's nothing wrong with either. I've actually tried both and I really enjoy both. And the same with the sugar scrubs. I've tried several different recipes and many different adjustments for those kinds of products too. So the thing that I wish I would have told my younger self is really truly get started at your own comfort level, but don't waste money buying a bunch of random ingredients that you saw. A really great strategy if you're just getting started is to look for recipes that have as many similar ingredients as you possibly can, which again is why I made that video. So you're not wasting a bunch of money on random things while you're still figuring it out. Later, you might say, okay, I tried this body butter recipe and I absolutely love it, but I don't want to use macadamia nut oil. I want to use safflower oil instead, right? And those are decisions that come with time. But if you start with a body butter recipe that has 15 ingredients in it, and then later you think, okay, let me try this, let me make this sugar scrub recipe, and you have like 3 of the ingredients and you have to go buy 10 more, you know, you're coming with a lot of ingredients. And that's definitely something that I ran into that I wish I would have considered first, because 1, it saves money, 2, it saves space, and 3, it makes your line a lot more streamlined and it's easier to produce products in that way. So consider that. Consider your comfort level when started. I guess this is really like a 2-in-1 tip. Consider your comfort level where you're starting, and also consider that big picture that I talked about earlier. Envision the long run. Especially when purchasing ingredients. You don't want to end up like me and have, you know, a set. It's like my closet. It's not a closet. It's like the corner of doom in my closet where I store all of my things, which, you know, if you've seen my videos, I've showed it a couple times. But you don't want to have a bunch of products in the closet of doom. You want to use all of them. So just, you know, something to consider. And right along with that goes with knowing that things are going to change over time. A recipe that you like and swear by this month will be totally different, or could be totally different next month. You know, there's nothing wrong, again, with updating your recipes and ingredients as time goes on, and I certainly have. As far as sugar scrubs goes, I've tried 4 different recipes, I want to say. I've tried Tara Lee's recipe. I've tried the recipe that comes on Wholesale Supplies Plus when you buy their foaming bath whip. I've tried random ones that I've seen on YouTube. So I've tried, you know, multiple versions of it, and this is the one that I use now is the one that I really love. But that doesn't mean that I'm not interested in trying different ones, or I might not change it in the future. So just because you make a decision now doesn't mean it's going to be the only decision that you're ever allowed to make. This one is super huge for me, especially when you're trying to figure out what type of scent profiles your customers like. I honestly wish that instead of, obviously this is going to be more time consuming, but it kind of will work its way out of your business once you get established. But when you're at the very beginning and you're working to sell things, I really do think it's worth it to make just like one or two of each finished product and variation, and sell those before making more. I will tell you again from my own experience, I don't know why I'm on body butter today. I just have body butter on the mind because I need to make gift sets with it. But anyway, so let's take body butter again, for example. You may find that your customer base loves a Fruit Loop fragranced body butter. But if you make 12 of them before you know that your customer base likes them, you're stuck with 12 of them. You know what I mean? But if you make two and you have two people buy them, and then you have a handful of other people like, hey, I really want to have this Fruit Loop scented body butter, then you know you need to make more. I think somewhere that I really went wrong and wished would have ended up differently, I've gotten better with over time, is making small amounts of finished products. So I'm not wasting ingredients and packaging, because the packaging adds up. So I'm not stuck with it. You know, I have this juicy pineapple body butter that I absolutely love. Well, I didn't realize I actually have 3, and now it's December, essentially December. Who's buying juicy pineapple body butter? Not many people at this time, right? So, and I mean, if you are, like, use code subscriber on my website to save 20% on it. Sorry, I won't do that again, I promise. But I say all that to say, if you're making 1 or 2 products, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about finished product being wasted, using all of the packaging that you have, especially if you don't have money to replace it, or same with the ingredients. It's a really great strategy when you're first starting out to just make 1 or 2 and kind of see where it goes from there. I have a handful of products that just kind of sit because I made all of them without considering whether or not the people buying from me would want them. And that's never a good feeling. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Next is, I wish I could tell my younger self that giving out samples for free is a really great way to get a customer to A, return to your business to buy more, or B, try a product that they may or may not have tried before and encourage them, or entice them, I guess would be a better word, to buy it themselves. It's really hard. I know it is, because we, you know, only have the amount of things that we have. And especially at the beginning, you're really trying to stretch what you have and make it count, because, you know, we need to get sales to buy more things to make more sales. So and it never really occurred to me to offer free samples, which I know sounds a little silly at this point, because who doesn't love a free sample? Like, just think about Costco. Costco has it right. Costco, you are never going to buy that little taquito from the freezer section if they don't give you that sample first. Maybe you're going to, but I know my family, we weren't interested. We walked right by it. We looked at it, kept walking. Well, guess what was at the end of that aisle? It was a free sample of the taquito. And we went back and bought so many boxes of them, and we still buy more boxes of them. So giving something for free helps you make more sales. I know it might sound silly, but it does. And if you need like little packaging or little containers for that, I've tested out a couple. I've tested a 3 milliliter and a 10 milliliter. I honestly would go with the 10 milliliter. I got mine from Amazon and they are in my storefront. Really, what I prefer, the 10 milliliter is, it gives the customer the opportunity to try the formula, see how long it lasts on the skin, you know, like that. But if you're doing like a 3 ounce, and of course this is for like a body butter or a sugar scrub, if you're doing like really give them the opportunity to really feel the formula or see how long the scent will stay on the skin. But if you do a 10 milliliter, then that will definitely be plenty. And obviously the soap, you know, do whatever size soap you're doing. But so yeah, definitely offer free samples when you can, even if it's just I have a handful and I'm going to pass out this handful and then move on. This is true for vendor markets. This is true in local events or your packages when you ship them. Another thing I wish I would have done sooner was make local relationships with local businesses. Again, like I talked about earlier, I was really scared to do that. But since making these relationships, I have really grown quite a bit. I don't want to say working with a retail partner is challenging because it's never been my experience. Both of my retail partners are fabulous to work with. But I know that's not everyone's case. So you do also need to kind of check personality matches, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyway, had I established those relationships sooner, I could be a lot further along. Not only do I offer retail products in those locations, but it's also helped me to get extremely large wholesale orders that I wouldn't have, that otherwise I wouldn't have had. The candle gift set workshop was also an opportunity given to me because I have that retail partnership. So just kind of finding, some like businesses or like-minded people that own businesses is a really great way to get your name out there and kind of move things in an upward trajectory. Okay, so this is my last tip, and honestly, I do really feel like I saved the best for last. All of the things that I have included in today's video, I do truly believe and wish I could have told to myself when starting my business, but this one I think is the biggest bang for your buck and will be the most valuable for you. And it's going to sound weird. And no, I'm not affiliated in any way with this business, but I just truly believe in it. And that is buying Canva Pro or paying monthly to use the Canva Pro services. I started on Canva just making my YouTube thumbnails on the free version. And I've been paying for it monthly. I'm gonna switch over to yearly. I need to, I just haven't. I've been using Canva Pro for at minimum a year, paying monthly for it. And I cannot ever imagine a month in my business going by where I don't use it at minimum 3-4 times a week. Canva has so many great features that are included when you pay. I think it's $12.99, maybe $14.99 a month. You can make emails. So let me start this by saying, if you're looking to invest in things on Etsy or on a similar place like email marketing templates, Instagram templates, any social media templates, website templates, logo services, branding services, whatever you're considering buying on Etsy already done for you, you can find for free on Canva Pro. Not necessarily free because you have to pay monthly for the service, and again, this is not in any way sponsored. Canva, if you want to sponsor me, I definitely want to chat. But I'm not making any money from this or anything. I just really truly believe that it would have saved me so much money if I had just invested in Canva Pro sooner. You can, like I said, you can make emails, you can make websites, you can make any kind of template you want, you can make your logo services. If you have any other job, you can make things for that. I make a lot of PowerPoints. I'm a teacher during the day, so I make a lot of PowerPoints. They have such cute PowerPoints. They also have really nice luxury email templates that I use for my business at night. I did all of my branding there. You can save your entire brand's color palette. You can make a brand board. You can make mood boards. You can make aesthetic thing. It just, honestly, I really, if you take one thing away from this video, I truly do think that it is worth investing in Canva Pro. It really, truly is. And I'm going to leave you with that because I could ramble on and on about Canva Pro all day long. And again, Canva, if you would like to sponsor me, let's do it. But anyway, I say all of those things to say, if you are looking to get started with a business in 2024, no matter what your plan is for your business in 2024, I hope that this advice or reflection on my year brings you value. That's why I'm here. That's what I post my videos for. So I do about half and half, entertaining blog and business advice-ish, not necessarily advice, but business strategy, I guess would be a good way to put it. And I absolutely love it. So If you enjoyed today's video, I would love to have you as a part of the community. I have links down below. You can check out all kinds of things down there in my description box. If you are already in business, but you watched this anyway, leave a comment down below your most valuable piece of advice for someone restarting, or what you would say to yourself if you reflected back. And otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye.